Good morning/afternoon, ladies and gentle toads, and welcome to today's pain party. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Department of Justice. Now, you can probably tell by the last couple of videos that I've done that I actually find the stuff at the DOJ, particularly in the USA, to be rather interesting. And there's a couple of different reasons why I find it interesting, and it's something that I'm going to go to in a later video, but I don't think today's the right avenue for it. Now, as we could fully understand, TikTok has been in the news, particularly in the USA, for suspicion of spying on both USA and global citizens, with the USA ordering the sale of TikTok to a US firm within the next 12 months. Now, that was a bill that was passed by standing President Joe Biden on the 29th of April 2024. So it's only been a few months since that was issued, so there's no real rush at this point to get TikTok into the hands of an American company right now. At least they're going through the process of getting that all done. Now, TikTok actually find themselves in a bit of hot water again, with the Department of Justice taking a particularly detailed look through TikTok's privacy and the things that they're doing with that. Now, the result of which has actually led to the Department of Justice and the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, to file a civil lawsuit on the in the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California against TikTok Incorporated and ByteDance Limited and all of their affiliates for violations of the, let me just read this here, the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, otherwise known as CAPA. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar with what CAPA actually is, CAPA is a legislation that's been put in place for companies to ensure the safety of children that are operating on social platforms. Now, I'm going to go through and I'm going to show an image of this as well, so you're going to be able to see it on the screen, right? But according to Google, CAPA imposes certain requirements on operators of websites on online services directed to children under 13 years of age, and on operators and other websites or online services that have actual knowledge that they are collecting personal information online from a child under 13 years of age. Originally brought as a complaint raised by the FTC and the DOJ back in 2019. When a complaint was made claiming that TikTok was knowingly permitting children to create regular TikTok accounts, allowing them to share and experience in all of the adult material that comes with a regular TikTok account. Now, even though TikTok had gone to the extent of making a children's based TikTok, there was still suspicion within the DOJ and the FTC that they were still harvesting information for children, knowing full well that those are children and that their information should be safe. Now, the information that's actually being taken, or at least suspected, alleged to have been taken, is things like the child's email address, the children's name, their date of birth, all of that kind of information, all the stuff that you and I as an individual wouldn't want getting out onto the internet. We certainly wouldn't want that. Now, TikTok apparently, at least according to the DOJ and the FTC, have been knowingly doing this since their introduction back in 2018 in the USA. Right? Now, what's more alarming is that it is alleged that TikTok has deficient and ineffectual internal policies and processes for identifying and deleting TikTok accounts made by children. The DOJ stated in an initial press conference, as mentioned, it will be in the comments. I'm going to make sure that all the information that I have is going to be put into the description of the video. Now, this is the statement that was actually given by the DOJ. Okay, the department is deeply concerned that TikTok has continued to collect and retain children's personal information despite a court order barring such conduct, said Acting General Attorney Benjamin C. Miser. With this action, the department seeks to ensure that TikTok honors its obligation to protect children's privacy rights and parents' efforts to protect their children. The Department of Justice is committed to upholding parents' ability to protect their children's privacy, said Principal Deputy Assistant Attorney General Brian M. Boynton, head of the DOJ Civil Division. This action is necessary to prevent the defendants, who are repeat offenders and operate on a massive scale, from collecting and using children's private information without any parental consent or control. TikTok knowingly and reportedly violated kids' privacy, threatening the safety of millions of children across the USA. Now, I would actually go further to say that that doesn't just affect the USA, that affects everyone globally. But we need to also remember that it's not the DOJ's job to look after children in Australia, the USA, Japan. It's not their job to do that. It is up to their own sovereign governments to do that. This is just from the USA perspective. The FTC will continue to use the full scope of its authorities to protect children online, especially as firms deploy increasingly sophisticated digital tools to surveil kids and profit from their data. The United States is represented in this action by the Assistant Directors Rachel L. Dowd and Zachary A. Deitart, and trial attorneys Ben Cornfield and Marcus P. Smith for the Civil Division's Consumer Protection Branch. Jonathan W. Ware, Isis McAlvinzia, Sarah Choi, and Michael Sherling represent the FTC. Now, I will put images of these people up if they are publicly available, because they are being mentioned in a international, this is a national thing, but if there are photos, I'll make sure that there's a face to the name so we know exactly who they are. These people would obviously be trusted, so we want to make sure that we do them justice with it. TikTok are yet to actually formally respond to the claims publicly. However, I do personally believe that they will comply. I'm not entirely convinced that it's going to be to their favor in the US. But I guess we'll see. This could all blow over before the sale of it within a US, to a US law firm. Now, let's get to my opinion. Right? This seems to me to be a continuing narrative against TikTok while operating in the USA. The fear of the Chinese government interfering with ByteDance Limited and acquiring all user data would have included all of those in government positions, people in the limelight, all people within power. The use of the app, at least those who are using the app on their main devices. If it was someone doing it on a second device that had no connection to their work or authority or whatever, that's a different story. Right, now, going back to when Congress interviewed TikTok CEO Shouzi Chu, it appeared to myself that there was a witch hunt being conducted by the DOJ and the FBI. However, even with the ordered sale of TikTok to an American-owned company and the political and military tensions between the USA, its allies, and China and its allies, it stands to reason to me that the USA would do everything in their power to ensure the safety of their citizens. Even if this is a governmental cover-up for something that could potentially be deeper. So those kinds of things that the governments do that we don't ever really hear about. It could potentially be something deeper to that, but that's neither here or there. We're not here to discover to talk about the conspiracy theories. I do personally believe that that apps like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Snapchat, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, yeah, all of them. I've mentioned a couple of them twice. That's fine, whatever. All of them, for me, serve as a data brokering site, right? For everyone. And I don't necessarily believe that there are any innocent parties when it comes down to data mining and for selling off our user information. Now, I can tell you that apps like Facebook have gone as far as creating a kids chat app, which allows parents to have a level of control that prevents the external interference of predators and things like that on the platform. But that doesn't necessarily prevent children from creating a Facebook account. The amount of children that are on Facebook that are under the age of 14 is astounding. And that to me, and I am a parent, I need to point this out, I have 4 children myself, and that to me is terrifying. The idea that my children could jump onto Facebook and create a new account, could jump onto Twitter, pretend to be 18 and not have to verify who they are, is terrifying. Now granted, back in 1998, I did exactly the same thing. I was an 11-year-old, I wanted to play StarCraft online, hence my username, and I pretended to be 16 and created a Battle.net account. I absolutely did it. I still use my Battle.net account to today, right? So it is obvious that that is possible to be done, and I don't necessarily believe that anyone is going to be properly safe online, like ever really properly safe. All we can do as individuals is monitor what our children are doing, pay attention to who they have interactions with, pay attention to the activities that they're getting up to, pay attention to the games they're playing, who are their friends in the games. Now, that may come across in many ways as helicopter parenting, but if you are truly afraid about the safety of your children, and you as parents have the right to do so, then I think it's really important that you pay diligent enough attention to what your children are doing online. That's a very easy thing to say, but that is the viewpoint that I have. But anyway, that is enough of me ranting. I'm pretty sure I've gone over 10 minutes, which is fucking weird. I was writing the script out and I'm like, there's no way that that's going to be the case, but fuck it. We may have got to 10 minutes, I don't know. But either way, guys, I really appreciate you taking the time to come back, to come back, watch my content. It's not great content. I'm fully aware of this, but I am constantly working and trying to do better than what I was previously. So, yeah, I hope that all of you are doing well. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you in fact did enjoy the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, hit me with a dislike. Tell me in the comments why you think it's horrible. If you do like it, tell me in the comments why you think it's great. You know, I'm not opposed to opposing viewpoints. Hit me up. Let me know. Let's have that conversation. Let's get together and chat. Let's do that. But anyway, all right. Peace out to everyone. I love you all. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.